Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we finally took care of the last of the things we had to deal with in Neketaka. The area is basically fully explored and all the quests here done, so it's time for us to explore. On foot. Soon. Because first things first, before I do that, I just kind of want to throw all our food and water into here so that it can basically be there. Only seems right. So I need to put all the drinks in. Let's see. Drinks in first. Let's see. That one's +0. That one is +3. I want to do the high ones before the low ones. That one's a +1. That one's also a +1. That one's +0. Fish is +1. That's a +0. That's also a +0. That's basically all the food. I think we're good. Alright. Now, time for us to leave on foot and actually see what this place is like. The island, I mean. We'll come back here for the ship sometime in the future. And here we are, in Neketaka. And now we can see all the quests. Motari Okozi is there, Tikawara is there, Harbinger's Watch, Oathbinder's Sanctum, Hasongo, Dunnage, Fort Deadlight. We do need to go back to Fort Deadlight, and we are going to need to head back to Port Maj for one or two things. But, first things first, we have an island to explore. Let's take a look at Weba o Tangaloa. Oh, you go around this way. Yeah, sure, alright. I thought we'd be able to go through... Okay, I guess we can't go through the forest. Good to know. While wandering the Deadfire countryside, you stumble upon a site used frequently for ritual cremations. Beside the flat expanse of earth where a pyre might have been, sits a small crypt full of beautiful baskets containing cremated remains. Search the location. Pick up anything we can use. Ooh, Sigil of Atrophy Wardstone. Immunity to Sigil of Atrophy attacks. Okay. Well, we have a road over here, so we should probably explore along the road first. Some water. Cannon shot. Alright, that's a few things we can pick up. Tail Ramunga. You notice a small pavilion containing a large, weathered statue of a stone a little ways off the path. It appears to be a Huana shrine. Search the surrounding area. You've got the highest. The statue and surrounding area is clean and maintained. Locals likely visit the shrine frequently to keep it that way. You look around, but don't see anyone nearby. Approach and identify it. 12. The statue bears the shape of a nude woman with the head of a monstrous fish. It portrays Ngati, the Huana's rendition of Andhra. An inscription runs along the shrine's base. The surf smooths stones, but also crushes them into sand. Pray at the shrine and rest. You kneel before the shrine and begin to pray. You have only been at it a short time when you hear footsteps behind you. A group of Huana from the city approach the shrine. Armed and armored, they clearly make this pilgrimage prepared for bandits. Ikera, what are you doing here? One of them asks you, openly scowling. You get up to answer, but another of the Amawa cuts you off, growling through sharp teeth. Your sort are not welcome here, foreigner. Go leave this place. I've only come to pay my respects to the goddess for the safe travels of my ship. Allow me to do so, and I'll be on my way. The Huana share a few pensive glances before the leader among them nods. Go make your obligations then and speak your prayers. When you finish, leave this place. Return to the city. You kneel at the shrine and the Huana worshippers join you. You pray to the gods. You rise feeling calmer than you have in some time and continue on your way. Nice, calm, peaceful, everything is fine. Let's keep going along the road. Rawa Ohara. Yeah, we're not going to be beating that right now. 3 skulls? Way stronger than we are. And it seems like we won't be able to get by it either. Unless there's a way around over here. Unfortunately, the answer appears to be no. Alright then. And we have Nomu the Marauder. Is that one of the bounties? Basila, Bakara, Asila... No, it is not. But we can take a look. I'm just going to drop a save before we go in. Alright, so let's see what Nomu the Marauder is. We may be about to do some fighting. Yep, we're about to do some fighting. Okay. Well, let's get in there and fight.
I saw him first.
Get on the fighting. I think you can throw out a blessing easily enough. Missed one of us, but still. Oh wow, we've already done very well. 2 of them are down. Down goes the other druid. I think you two can finish off Nomu the Marauder without much of a problem. Down you go, and down you go. There we go!
Why not?
Okay, loot everything there, and... Chameleon's Touch gives +1 to an attribute and a skill determined by the user's class.
Sure thing.
Oh, one more thing to loot here. Okay. That sounds like an interesting ring. Also, I'm going to give you this mace, so you have a backup. Determined by the user's class. So, you're also a fighter. I don't know what it gave. Well, I'll give it to you. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
You're welcome. Alright. Oh, hold on. Jody has something she wants to say.
Well, hey. Tell me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
Not a one. I never knew nothingness could feel no need to feel. Yeah.
I thought we already spoke about that.
Got it.
Alright. May as well walk around here just in case there's something hanging about. I mean, it seems unlikely, but... And hey, we managed to kill a random marauder. I don't know why he was here, but he's taken care of and we don't have to worry about him. So, yay. That said, It does appear to have been blocking off this path. Which doesn't actually lead to anything. Alright. Well, we can head down here and explore a bit. Some fresh fruit, definitely good. And Malkotu's Canopy. Let's see what this is. You're cutting your way through the dense, hilly jungles to the west of Neketaka when you stumble upon a small campsite. At first, it merely appears abandoned. The 2 tents present have collapsed. But then you see the bodies. 2 corpses, torn apart and mostly eaten, sprawl across the dark earth. Oh, you have very good perception. The campsite has been thoroughly destroyed. The tents lie crushed as if under some great foot, and a kettle rests on its side, very nearly caved in, and the fire has been stomped out. The trees to the south hunch bent aside, as if whatever caused this carnage came from and left by that direction. Examine the tracks. You recognize the large, uneven, roundish tracks as those of a lurker, a massive conglomeration of carnivorous plants. You also note a wide groove down the center of the tracks. It seems the lurkers were dragging something heavy behind them when they left. Search for the presence of spirits. You focus your Watcher abilities, opening yourself to the presence of any lingering essence. A vision tugs at you, dragging you forward like the rushing current of a flooded river. You see the creatures, nigh twice the height of a human, standing among the ruins of your campsite, eating the corpses of your fellows. Vines and moss hang from their amorphous, bark-covered form. Lurkers. Waves of anger and fear wash over you. Anger and fear, but also faith in Aothus returned, and, with a prayer on your lips, you fire arrows from your enchanted bow, each as cold as sleet. You hear a rushing sound to your right and turn to face it. The vision ends abruptly. May as well search for salvage. A few hides, antlers, and other trophies lie around the camp. Okay. Some random ingredients. A small chest buried in the collapsed tent contains a variety of fresh foods. Hey! Sugar, milk, merkberries, water, egg, pork, and fresh fruit. Finish investigating. Having finished looking over the camp, you take a step back towards the path. Want to put that lamp of yours to use, Jyoti? Rest now, my brethren. I promise I will safeguard your journey. Head bowed, Jyoti sways her lantern for a long while in harvest, providing ample time for the missionaries' souls to accept the pull of the light. We'll bury the bodies, too. The dark soil is soft, and within a couple of hours you have dug a hole deep enough for the remains. You will lower them into the ground and cover them, consigning them to the wheel. And the cycle continues. Though the body is thusly shucked, the soul will find its way to a new beginning. Jyoti bows her head. Alright, let's follow the tracks and avenge their death. The creatures seem to have put no effort into hiding their tracks, and you easily follow them deeper into the jungle. The path enters a clearing, and you almost walk into it without recognizing the danger. From the edge of the foliage, you see numerous lurkers among a few bulbous dank spores. The primordials remain almost entirely still, seeming no more threatening than the trees that surround them. Use spyglass. In addition to the lurkers and dank spores, your spyglass reveals a few smaller sporelings lurking in the undergrowth. Furthermore, you see the corpse of a young elven woman, her right leg horribly twisted. The body grasps a bow in its right hand, the intricately tooled wood of which appears to shimmer with a fine layer of frost. Conjure a magical decoy as a distraction. Which you can do. Chanting quietly, Aloth performs a complex rite and summons something at the far edge of the clearing. It crashes loudly through the thick growth. The lurkers slowly shift and stomp away after the sound. The spores, however, remain. And now we can clear out the spores. We may end up having to kill the lurkers after, but this will definitely help.
The shadow comes to life. I don't feel so good. You like that? Oh no.
Okay, there goes the second sporling.
Let's go.
Third one down. Now for the dank spores. Why are you doing that? Oh, just join in, please. And now for the last one. And there we go. Perfect.
Son of a cur. Sure.
All right. And there's a charmed dog here. Trixie. You move more quickly in combat and your party will crit more frequently. Nice. And we have a bow. Frost Seeker. Let's see here. Unfit for melee. I think that's... Isn't that like every bow? It is a war bow. Fires multiple projectiles at slightly reduced damage. Extra damage is freeze, and freeze and slash damage AoE at target location on scoring crit. With a bonus being Garland's Breath. Calls forth the breath of the ice troll Garland. Attacks enemies in a cone, dealing freeze damage, encasing them in ice, and petrifying them. Very interesting. We'll hold on to that for now. Don't think I'm going to put it on anyone. Just going to put that there. Alright. So I guess we're not going to be fighting the other creatures that were here. The lurkers. Good. I mean, the unfortunate part is the fact that we're not going to get any experience from it, but it's good that we don't need to deal with a much rougher fight.
What do you need?
Which are you using? No, I want you to use Mob Stance.
What do you need?
Alright. We can leave. And I think that's everything on the island. Isn't it? Huh. Yeah, that's everything on the island that we can get to. There is still one thing we can't get to, but we'll deal with that later. Go ahead and put all of these on. Pork and egg, I can't really do much about, so leave them there. We'll refill sometime in the future. We can head back to Neketaka and get onto the island. Oh, hold on. There we go, some more fresh fruit. And let's leave by sea. And now, we can sail! Captain Thanik, unaffiliated to trade ships. A ship appears on the horizon, riding low in the water. Use spyglass. The vessel boasts the sharp angles and flat front of a junk, but it does not fly the colors of Rawatai or any other naval power. Its banners identify it as a merchant ship. The craft's hull appears heavily reinforced, and its gun ports bristle with cannons, but it cuts a non-hostile path through the sea. Hail the ship and prepare to board. If it's a merchant ship, maybe we can buy some things. Or sell some of the things we just picked up.
Greetings, my fellow captain.
The moon godlight's short stature and sharp features mark him as being of elven blood, and his accent bears more than a trace of Aediran. He bows slightly at the hip.
Captain Thanik at your service. Allow me to be the first to welcome you aboard my humble vessel, the deck of many things.
Oh, that's a reference. The what?
The deck of many things. On account of the many things below the deck. Very clever, I think you'll agree.
Arguably.
Below you will find merchants from every corner of Aora, each vending an assortment of wares both rare and unusual.
He gestures toward the hatch to the inner hold. Grinning, he raises a single finger.
Lest you think us easy marks, know that we have bested pirates and monsters of every sea. Cross us, and we'll be adding your shiniest bits and pieces to our inventory, and your bodies to Andra. But let it not come to that. Please come below, my new friends, and explore what the deck offers.
Of course. A bunch of merchants, we can see what kind of loot you have and sell some of the loot we've picked up.
I got it.
Not that you have anyone up here, so down we go! I just realized I'm still in fast mode. I'm gonna want to leave that. There we go. Let's see. Zidako.
And welcome, Aimika.
The plump dwarf bows low, hands outstretched to either side.
Might I interest you in a new cloak? Perhaps gloves of the finest cut. A belt interwoven with incantations.
You don't seem like much of a sailor. How'd you wind up here?
Oh, it shows then. I'm afraid I'm still rather new to this. The slightest squall leaves me green for days. My ancestors, they would laugh me out the door.
He rubs the back of his head.
Back in Velia, I apprenticed to the famed weaver, Selana Mezquinetra. She sent me to accompany a rather important shipment to the Republics. It was to be a grand adventure. Instead, the ship foundered, and only the grace of Andra and the sudden appearance of the deck spared me a sodden grave. That was 2 years ago, I think.
Do you know anything else about the deck?
You mean like where it came from? Afraid not, friend. I rather suspect Andra herself of birthing it from the depths to fish out the few things she'd rather not see lost to the sea.
Well, let's see what you
I
got.
will fetch my chalk.
Let's see. Gloves of the Dungeon Warden. +3 accuracy and grants lockdown. Makes sure someone can't leave. Sash of Judgment. Ooh, that's a rough one. Deals extra damage against enemies who are more than half health, while enemies who are less than half health deal more damage to me. I don't like that. Cap of the Laughingstock. -1 stealth, and all friends and foes nearby become immune to resolve afflictions, but also their deflection is reduced. Not very good. And the rest of it is more or less basic stuff. That said, we have stuff we can sell. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Yep, sell all of those. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And I think that'll do. 839. It's not much, but it is a little bit of coin. Captain Thanik.
Finding everything to your liking, Captain?
Thanik smiles, wan light shining from his horns. Quite the unusual ship you have here. He pats his desk lovingly.
Isn't it, though? And older than any of us aboard to boot. So Tara keeps the old tub looking like new, more or less. You might have noticed the Engwithan imagery in the beams, or the copper wiring. I suspect the deck, the hull at least, dates back to that ancient fabled empire.
I'm sure.
Not that I'd make any grand claims about its import. Probably just an old merchant craft lucky enough to survive whatever brought Engwith low.
And how did you come to become captain of the deck?
Not just the decks, but the hull and the masts too. I came to Adir a century gone by now and boarded the deck as a wee lad. A stowaway even. Might have thrown me overboard, the old captain, were it not for the shine.
He taps the luminous horns projecting from his scalp.
Few sailors go seeking Andrazire. Was the first time my being godlike had caused me aught but suffering.
It's not easy being God's touched.
You don't know the half of it, friend.
Do you have something to sell me too, or do you live off the profits of the crew?
Aye. I sell the finest enchanted objects in the Deadfire. Will cost you a shilling or 60, but quality comes at a price.
Well, let's see what you have.
Nothing but the best aboard.
The Deck of Endless Possibilities. There it is. The true origins of this deck remain contested by many, but one account suggests the initial creator to be none other than the eccentric Adiran Archmage Tane. While a majority of his work is secreted away, likely due to being catastrophic failures, this deck remains a testament to his ingenuity. Some colleagues speculate that Tane intentionally imbued some of his own essence into the deck, which accounts both for its chaotic nature and its powerful effects. Not that we have any idea what it does. Beloved Night Doll summons a knight. Ring of Prosperity's Fortune increases the wearer's hit to crit chance based on the party's current wealth. Considering I tend to save a lot of money, that would probably be useful. Necklace of Unlocked Possibilities transforms into a random magic weapon at the start of each combat. Slippers of the Assassin. Enemies attacked by the wearer require one additional ally to flank. Okay. And Shadow Form. Cape of the Falling Star. Grants a lone traveler, when not near allies, the wearer gains a bonus to all defenses. Interesting. Hostile only burn and crush AoE when knocked unconscious. Oh! Because a star falls on whoever knocks him out. No, falls on him when he gets knocked out. Cloak of Poverty. Increases the wearer's resolve when the party has little currency. Yeah, I'm not going to buy that. Fool's Shoes. -1 stealth, extra trap effectiveness, and apply confuse to enemies that hit the wearer with an intellect affliction. Yeah, no thanks. And Ring of Reset. Grants Saving Fate. Time is rewound, allowing the wearer to revive from unconsciousness without injury. 3 times. And we also have Bareth's Throwing Bones. Summon 1 Shade. Alright. We have Satara down there. And Bobble over there. Let's start with Satara. A broad-shouldered Almawa stands before crates and racks of armors and weapons. The cool tones of her skin and the geometric patterns in her oil-stained smock mark her as a native of Rawatai. She smiles at your approach, displaying her sharp teeth, and bows her head.
Greetings. I assume Thenic explained our little floating trading floor, so I'll cut through the fat. I'm Sautara, purveyor of fine armors and weapons, whether for kith or ship. What are you in the market for?
This is an unusual vessel.
He is, isn't he? Looks like a junk now, but that's mostly my doing. Underneath the decades of patches and filth, there's some truly strange shit. Copper, Audra, Adiran runes, Valian pipes. Best guess is that he came out of old Engwith, modified over the millennia by whoever crewed him. I wanted to rename him the Junky Junk of Junk, but Thenic wouldn't have it.
A little too silly. The ship's a him?
Trust me on that. I know him inside and out.
Noted. How'd you end up on the deck?
A question I ask myself often. The simple version is that the deck dropped anchor in Rawatai looking for a blacksmith. I was a blacksmith looking to get out of Rawatai. Didn't know a Bolin from a Baleen at the time, but you learn fast at sea or you sink.
And what's the less simple version?
Considerably more complicated and entirely none of your business.
Perfectly fair. Okay then. Let me see what you have.
Peruse at your pleasure.
Belt of Magran's Chosen. Small chance to summon a hostile Fireblight on hit, and grants Linked in Flames. Extra damage dealt as burn with weapons. Okay. Helia's Talons. 25% chance on scoring a melee weapon hit to cause the enemy or wielder raw bleed damage over time. Oof. And extra damage dealt as slash with melee weapons. Nah. Sandals of the Water Lily. Immunity to dexterity afflictions and -10 to all defenses. Holy shit, that is horrible. And then it's got... Well, there's a few things here. But nothing I need. What does that coin mean? Well, anyway. And there's one other person over here. Oh, there's a mercenary. Who are you?
Magran's tits and Bereth's balls, I swear. These dice are fucking weighted.
The Orlin fumes as the chuckling ocean folk sweeps up his coin. His large eyes swivel to meet you.
The merchants are all after here, mate. Talk to one of them if you aim to barter or buy.
And who might you be?
We might be the hands. The hands and the blades paid no small share of the take to keep prying and questions to a minimum. Savvy?
The crew need protecting.
Ain't nobody here a slouch in a scuffle, friend.
Seen Bubble over there tear Kith clean in half.
Want to make some coin? The pair exchange quick glances.
We're listening.
On second thought, never mind. Okay, and who is Bauble? A Lagufaith stands in the corner, its head turned to the side so that it might track you with one bulbous eye. A large bucket of briny water rests tucked into the corner behind it, a sponge just breaking its dark surface. The wilder gestures at the nearby shelves in what may be an invitation to peruse its wares.
How do you know if these things want you to pet them?
Adair? No. It hisses through its needle-sharp teeth. Unusual ship, isn't it? The creature gurgles, head shifting slightly before sliding a webbed hand down the side of its head. Strange to see a Lagufaith here. The Lagufaith gurgles again. Wouldn't you rather be in the sea than on it? It gurgles. You don't say much, do you? It gurgles. And Adair, Maya, and Jody liked it. Alright, let's peruse. It's got potions and a few other things. Unguent of animalism? Huh. Okay, Ring of Mule's Wit. -8 intellect, and resistance to perception, intellect, and resolve afflictions. God, that is horrible. Collar of Aethys' Light. Grants Sun's Blessing and Dawn's Reflection. Chance to reflect spells during the day. And Necklace of the Harvest Moon. Lower recovery time on crits, and can heal people. And then the various rings. Okay. Well, this has been an interesting location. And yes, I did see all the cards on that guy's table. Either way, for the most part, nice. And I think we're done with that. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Not the stream, just the episode. Next episode, we're going to head further southwest back towards Port Maj. We may take a look at this Oathbinder's Sanctum and at this island as we head back towards Port Maj before we head to Fort Deadlight again. But we'll get to that soon enough. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Maya, and Aloth. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.